Your host is Autolite, world's largest independent manufacturer of automotive electrical equipment, maker of a complete line of ignition-engineered standard and resistor-type spark plugs and dependable Autolite stay-full batteries. Autolite makes over 400 products for cars, trucks, tractors, airplanes, and boats in 28 plants from coast to coast. These include wire and battery cable, instruments and gauges, electric windshield wipers, fuel pumps, batteries, spark plugs, ignition systems, bullseye seal beam headlights, radiator grills and ornaments, bumpers and hubcaps, and many more. So remember, from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite. And now, Autolite and its 96,000 dealers present Suspense.
Come on, you guys, break it up. There's no place to look. Back of the Chronicle. How about a short statement from you?
I have nothing to say.
Well, come on, pal, don't give a
Just a couple of words, Max.
No, but I tell you, I have nothing to say.
It seems to me a guy who's going on trial for bumping off his wife ought to have something to say.
A guy with enough imagination to squirt a hypodermic full of arsenic into his wife's arm, you ought to have plenty to say. Come on.
Imagination? You call it imaginative to kill in such a ridiculous fashion? A fashion so easily discovered? No. No, only a fool would kill in that manner.
How would you kill, Mr. Henry?
Differently, my friend. Far differently.
All right, break it up. That's enough. Court convening.
Oh, sweetheart, this is Turk down at the courthouse. Give me the city desk, will you? Hello, Beetle. This is Turk down at the courthouse. Say, I'm on the Hensing case. I think there may be more of a yarn in it than we figured. Something he said to me just now. I want to follow it up. Look, could you use your influence with the DA's office, get me into a cell, talk for a little while? Yeah, I think it's a beat. Okay. I'll wait for your call.
We're here today to consider one of the most heartless and cold-blooded murders ever perpetrated in this state. The murder attributed to the defendant, Max Hensick.
Lies, Mr. Wilson. Lies and vicious inferences and cool hints. I know now what is meant by killer's eyes. Max Hensick's eyes. You call me a killer even before the trial is over.
I only said you had killer's eyes.
That is what you think of me? That is the impression I have given you.
Well, Mr. Hensick, make me think differently. I've listened to you talk here. I've heard the case up in the court.
And you still believe me guilty?
Well, you had the motive, and you certainly had the opportunity. You're a druggist. You knew where to get your hands on the arsenic. You had repeated fights with your wife. And there's the little matter of that insurance policy made out to you 2 weeks before she died.
Nothing has been proven. You're hurting my case by hiding these things.
Frankly, Max, I don't think you've got a case. You're headed for the hot seat. So why don't you give me the yarn?
What would you say, Mr. Wilson, if I told you that I believed I would go free?
Why, I'd say you were crazy.
Crazy? That's always you call me that. Always you call me some kind of a beast, or a devil of some kind. Mr. Wilson, You almost give a man sufficient provocation to bear you ill will. You know, if these things that you write about me were true, I would almost feel myself justified in seeking retribution one day.
You'd like to creep up behind me with a hypo full of arsenic, maybe. Huh?
No, Mr. Wilson, you cannot catch me that way. I've told you repeatedly that no man with smartness in him would inject poisons that would be found weeks later in the viscera of the victim. No, Mr. Wilson. If I were to murder you, I would not do it that way.
How would you do it?
I will tell you, Mr. Wilson, because I'm interested in such things. I know dozens of ways to kill, dozens of ways to murder, so it would be completely undetectable.
Well, is that a fact now? Well, for instance.
For instance, Mr. Wilson, sit. What if I were to take a disease germ of typhus or plague, any germ you wish, and make of it such a virulent a culture that no medicine in the world could counteract it? Do you follow what I say, Mr. Reporter? A really powerful microbe. And then just scratch the skin of my victim with a little pin. So.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. That'd make a guy dead in no time at all.
Exactly, Mr. Wilson.
Might even make a guy a little nervous thinking about it. If he didn't know that you were the leading candidate for Hot Seat Harry of 1950.
There are other ways to die much more painful than this that I've told you. Slower ways that are painful much more. Oh, I shall get out. I shall not be convicted, and I shall get out. And perhaps I shall come and tell you about them one day. That would be interesting, wouldn't it, Mr. Reporter? Very interesting indeed. Why is it that these reporters can never agree on the color of my shirt when I'm in court? Some say pink, some say gray, some say blue. Always I wear white shirts. You can tell them that. Never in my life I ever wore anything but a white shirt. I'm very particular about my appearance.
How about gray, Max? Gray with a white stripe, maybe. It's not a bad costume, you know. It's better than a shaved head and split pants. You might as well confess you get off with a wife.
You make me angry, Mr. Wilson. You make me angry when you provoke me to say these things.
Yeah, same mistake your wife made, huh?
I did not kill my wife. Someday you will realize that. Someday when it's too late, perhaps.
Gotta come out now, Turk. And you gotta go back up to the courtroom.
Huh?
Okay. I'll send in a copy of the Sentinel tomorrow. I think you'll like the story I'm gonna write. 6 methods for committing murder. Or, discussion of, new ways to kill.
You'll make me angry, Mr. Wilson. You'll make me say things I do not wish to say. Now, please go away and do not come to see me anymore.
I don't know. He got himself a real perspicacious counselor, that Hensick. Perspicacious? Jury did.
Nichols, I'm out of Nichols.
Get your hands off that swirl.
Hey, quiet, you guys.
Congratulations. We did it. Friend.
Oh, wait. Sure. Okay.
So, I told you I knew I would get out, huh? No one believed me guilty but you, Mr. Wilson. You jumped to conclusions too quickly, I think.
Okay, Hensig, okay. You pulled a fast one. You beat the rap. Now let me alone.
You still believe me guilty?
I know you're guilty.
Oh, you know so much, Mr. Wilson. Perhaps you write a story about how much you know, how much you think you know. You write another story someday so that you can persecute and hound me some more?
I don't like the idea of murderers going around the streets free. I don't like to be made an idiot of. Now get this, Hensig. You better take a tip from me. Be careful. You pull this murder rap and you got away with it, and you're liable to try it again. And when you do, I'll be there to nail you. So be careful.
You be careful too, Mr. Wilson. Perhaps you write another story one day. Or perhaps you read a story. That would be interesting, huh? The story written about you? Very interesting indeed. I will wait very patiently to read that story. But I don't think I will have to wait very long. I think.
Now, the second act of Pocketful of Murder, starring Barry Nelson.
We sort of got this fire. Nice fire.
One of the best. Maybe a flaming holocaust.
Yeah, better than the movies.
6 or 8 guys overcome by the smoke already. A couple of guys pretty badly hurt. Yeah, real big, nice fire. It's a rough night for a fire, yeah.
I like this. I'd rather cover a fire than a drowning. Man, aren't you freezing?
Yeah, my coat's been hot.
No, there's nothing doing here.
Well, I think I'll go down there.
It's a good idea. You coming? No, it's cold enough here.
How about it, Senator?
I'd go if I had a coat.
I'll see you around. Lead on, Whitey.
Let them dig up the story. Me, I'm going to go to the bar across the street and warm up.
Hey, wait a minute. Lend me a coat, will you? I want to follow the guard.
All right. Don't get it burned.
All right, don't worry. Just want to take a little look-see. Be right back.
Yeah.
Hey!
Can I help you, mister? What's the matter?
Hey, I think I was stabbed or something. Yeah, just now somebody was in back of me. When I looked around, they jumped back into the car. Say, now, why in the devil would anybody want to do that to me?
Well, no marks on the coat.
Yeah, well, I felt it. Boy, it's beginning to hurt, too.
Let's see. Yeah, there's a scratch, all right. Looks like a pin or a long needle.
What kind of a nut goes around sticking people with pins?
Oh, I don't know, some screwball. Next time you go around getting stuck with needles, don't go with my coat.
Oh, here comes. Here's the ambulance. Here's the ambulance. Oh, there it is. Let's go get it.
Did you get a good look at that guy?
No.
Did he say anything to you?
Anything. What does a person say before they stick you with a pin? Pardon me, boing. Oh, it stings, too.
Look, we've got to get you to the hospital right away.
Hospital for what? For a pin?
Yeah, a pin without germs in it, maybe to wipe out a whole city.
Oh, you're crazy. Who'd do a thing like that?
Max Hensig, that's who, the guy who said he knew a dozen ways to kill. Well, pal, he just tried out one of his ways on you because he thought you were me.
Oh, you're dreaming. All I need's a drink.
The ambulance is here. They're taking those burned up firemen to the hospital.
Hey, that might be a good yarn. And what do you say we bum a ride with him, huh?
Let's go. Okay. But look, I'm going to interview a couple of firemen, see? Sure. And I'm not going to the hospital because somebody stuck a pin in my arm.
That's right. Okay, I'm sorry. All right. Thanks for letting me bother you. I can't get anything out of them. Senator Burke's doing as well as can be expected.
And what do they say is wrong with him?
Same thing they've been saying all along. Flu.
Uh-huh.
Flu.
And there is a lot of it going around, you know, and Senator never took care of herself.
I know.
You said yourself the way he was standing out there on the bridge all night without even an overcoat on. What do you expect? You can catch anything.
Look, Myra, it may be flu. See, it could very easily be flu. But the senator didn't get it because he was standing out all alone without an overcoat on in the cold. He got it because somebody stuck a pin in his arm. A needle full of germs. Flu germs.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's fantastic, all right. So crazy I wouldn't give it a second thought if it had been anybody but Hensig.
You don't even know where he is, Turk. What? He's probably 1,000 miles away from here. You're worrying over absolutely nothing. Surprised at you.
Maybe. Maybe he's standing outside now, waiting. Maybe he's following me around town, waiting to find me in a crowd like he did 4 nights ago at that fire.
Turk, baby, you're being ridiculous.
Yeah? Beetle? What?
What is it?
Oh, you're not giving me the business. Okay, thanks. Senator's dead. Flu.
Turk, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Flu. A disease nobody dies from anymore. Unless it's a concentration so virulent that no doctor or no medicine can help you.
Turk, wait a second. What are you going to do?
There's only one thing to do when you know somebody's out looking for you with a pocket full of murder. You try to find them first.
Going down, mister.
Come on, let's grab a quick beer. There's nothing fascinating going on in
Better
there.
check in the city desk first. Some may have come up.
Let it go. Plenty of time. Uh-oh. Here comes Johnny One Note.
Ah, hiya, Turk. How's the manhunt coming along?
Look, either of you guys seen the DA?
He's earning his daily bread. Guy dropped a slug in a parking meter, and the DA's prosecuting with the full authority vested in him by the electorate of this sovereign state.
What do you want the DA for?
What do I want him for? I want him to exercise his office and pick up a murderer.
Not little Typhoid Maxie.
The man with the portable virus?
Oh, Turk, why don't you give it up? The senator picked himself up a case of flu and it knocked him over. You're imagining things.
Am I imagining this? Came in the mail this morning.
Careful, Mr. Wilson. It needn't be a pinprick. Could be anything. Could be the next object you touch, the next bite of food you put in your mouth. Could be you, or it could be someone very close to you. Be careful, Mr. Wilson. It ain't signed.
Somebody's playing games.
Nice kind of game.
Some crank, one of the boys at the office, I bet. You've been harping so much about this Hensick, they're making jokes. Come on, let's get a beer.
What has to happen before you guys will listen to me?
Well, pal, if you pick yourself up in the gutter someday, all dead from the bubonic plague, maybe I'll listen to you. Until that happens, I think you're as batty as a loon. I think you're as batty as Max Hensick. Let's go, Whitey.
Oh, hello, sweetheart. Home early, huh?
Where you been?
I'm doing a little shopping, getting some odds and ends. John?
What's the matter?
I don't know. I guess I must have scratched my wrist getting off the bus just now.
Oh, well, you better get some iodine on it right away.
It's nothing.
Wait a minute. Let me see that.
It's a scratch, see?
When did this happen?
Well, Turk,
When did this happen?
I just told you I was getting off the bus, and I guess...
Did anybody bump up against you, brush you, or anything?
Well, of course, darling. It was a crowded bus. What's the matter with you?
We gotta get you to a hospital right away.
What, are you crazy, Turk? I'm not going to a hospital just because I scratched my wrist. What?
Now, listen.
Well, all right, I'll go, but I think it's the silliest thing I ever heard. I'm only going because you insist over a scratch on the wrist.
Hold it now.
by the sofa. Quickly and quietly. Stop. Now we'll assure ourselves some privacy. There. It's evening. Stay where you are. We'll pull these blinds. That is unwise. Sit. That is wise.
So you couldn't let well enough alone, huh? You got away with one rap, you had to try it again. Well, revenge is a chump's game, Hensy. And you're a chump.
You will not call me that.
I'll call you that and plenty more. You've got one murder against you and you're gonna burn for it. But if anything happens to Myra, there won't be enough of you left to burn. Go on, shoot. There'll be so many people banging on that door, you'll think it's a national convention.
Do you think I'm such a fool as to shoot you? There are other ways, much better ways to ensure that you bother me no longer.
Yeah, you're gonna get bothered plenty. You're going to the chair.
Don't be ridiculous. I've committed no detectable crime.
The Senator's dead.
From the influenza.
Which you gave him.
And this you can never prove.
I don't think I'll have to. I'm glad you said you didn't want to shoot. I got a different idea. I'll shoot you with pleasure. Now it's time for school, Max. The title of today's English composition is Confessions of a Murderer. Now write! What's the matter, you want a pencil?
No? No, I have a pencil, a very fine pencil. What is it that you wish me to write?
How about I, Max Hensing?
I, Max Hensing, confess to the murder of my wife, Hilda. I, Max...
Not a very good pencil.
On the contrary, it's a very fine pencil. But it wasn't used for this. The reason for this pencil is for... Oh, it stuck me. I've been infected. You must give me medical attention immediately.
You're going to get plenty of attention.
No, you don't understand. All over the end of that pencil there were deadly disease germs. Please, do not
Stay where you are. Now, what about it? You're going to confess to the Senator's
You don't
murder?
understand. Every minute is wasted.
What about it?
Yes, anything.
Yeah, and the murder of your wife.
Yes, that too, but your wife I never had anything to do with. No, I promised you, if anything happened to her, it was by accident. I had nothing to do with that, please.
Okay. Start writing. And here's a pencil that works.
I, Max Hensing, confess the murder of my wife, Hilda.
This is Rex Marshall speaking for Autolite, and in just a moment I'll tell you about next week's suspense story. But first, I want to show you a picture of a fellow who's really in a jam. Yes, it's his own private traffic jam, which he himself personally created. Boy, is he embarrassed. Well, maybe he didn't get across that bridge, but he is getting across the point that I want to make, and that is, don't let it happen to you. Now, one way to help prevent it from happening is to treat your car or truck to a motor tune-up. And I mean a real #1 motor tune-up at your neighborhood service station, car dealer, garage, or repair shop. You know, friends, an ounce of prevention now will keep your car running right and may save you troublesome delays, plus the possibility of expensive repairs later on. So ask your repairman to test and service the electrical system of your car. Yes, have him go over the whole system, including the distributor, coil, generator and regulator, starting motor, battery, spark plugs, and wiring. And if your car needs replacement parts, ask for and insist on original factory parts exactly like those that were installed by the manufacturer. You know, all Autolite parts are original factory parts, and always remember, from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite.
This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.